So I'm back again. Today we will talk about something very interesting. Prompt engineering, is it dead or not? Subscribe if you want to learn AI, not just a trend, but as a practical skill. And remember, prompt engineering is not dead, but prompting alone is no longer enough. If you are working or even if you are a student looking for a job, again, just learning prompt engineering will not help. That is, of course, the first and primary step, most primary step, but you need to go beyond that because the organizations are moving towards that area or that segment. So, the point is, in my 32 years of experience, of course, in the overall IT, AI is not even born or not even thought in those days properly. So prompt engineering is not dead, but prompting alone is. So a lot of people, last few months, I am seeing completely opposite opinions on this. Some people says prompt engineering is finished. Others says no. Prompt engineering is still one of the most important AI skill. So the question is, who is right? Well, in my opinion, both the parties or both the groups are correct. Prompt engineering is definitely not dead, but prompting alone is no longer enough. And I think this distinction is extremely important, especially if you are a student, a working professional, or someone who is trying to become a genuinely skilled in AI. Let me explain. Why are people saying prompt engineering is dead? Let's start with that. Think back to the early days of ChatGPT or any LLM or any AI system. At that time, the quality of your prompt used to make a huge difference. A single prompt might give you an average answer, but someone who knew how to define a role, give a detailed instruction, provide examples, constraint, and specify the desired output can get a dramatically better result. Agreed? So suddenly, prompt engineering become a very important skill. But today, AI models have improved significantly. Today, you can type something as simple as create a presentation on artificial intelligence in education sector, and you may still get a reasonably good output. So naturally, people started asking, if AI can understand me even when the prompt is so simple, why do I need prompt engineering? And this is where the whole debate started. And yes, there is some truth in this argument, but there is one major problem. Getting an answer from AI and getting the right outcome from AI are two completely different things. Let me give you a simple example. Suppose I ask ChatGPT, write a LinkedIn post on artificial intelligence. Will it create something? Of course, probably in few seconds. But the output may be very generic, or not maybe actually. It will be very generic. Now let's compare with this. I say, create a LinkedIn post targeting, say, academic leaders and placement heads in India. The theme is how practical AI skills can improve graduate employability. Start with a strong hook. Keep the language human and conversational. Avoid sounding like an advertisement. Use real world examples and end with a thought provoking question. Now, will the output be same? Obviously not. Why? Because I gave AI few things. What are those? Number one, context. I have mentioned AI. Audience. Who are my audience? Or who will be my audience? What is the objective of the post? What are the constraints? What are the tones? And what is the expected outcome? So, does the prompt still matter? Of course, yes, absolutely. That's why I say Prompt engineering is not dead, but something else has changed. What is that? So what is actually becoming outdated? This belief that I will learn 20 powerful ChatGPT prompt and then I will become an AI expert. That is becoming outdated because AI moved far beyond simply asking the questions and getting answers. Today, we are talking about AI can work with documents, access files, analyze data, use tools, connect with application, perform multi-step tasks, automate workflow, and even act as AI agent. So, the skill required today is much bigger than simply how do I write a clever prompt? The real question becoming how do I use AI to achieve a real world outcome? And that requires several skills working together. One more thing I want to add here. When we are talking about the skill or what when we are talking about the capabilities of AI, today any AI engine, any AI engine acts exactly like a human and we can get into a proper conversation. And then again, that is very, very critical, very, very important to get the right outcome. So, what should we learn now? I see it as a progression. The first skill is still prompting. You need to know how to communicate clearly with AI, how to define the task, how to structure the instruction, how to set constraints, how to improve the output, that the foundation still important, and comes something even more important, which is the context. AI cannot magically know everything about your situation. Still now, human to computer or human to machine interface is still not there. So AI can't read our mind. It can't read what I am thinking. So I need to tell who is the audience? What is the objective? What information should I use? What should it avoid? What example should it follow? What does successful output actually looks like? Giving AI the right context can sometimes make a bigger difference than writing a fancy prompt. Then comes the tools. AI is not just a chatbot. Imagine giving AI access to your documents, spreadsheet, email, calendar, resources, databases, or even business application. Now that makes AI even more useful. But there is another level, which is workflow thinking, which is extremely important. Most real business problems cannot solve using one prompt. There may be several steps. First, collect the information, then analyze it, then compare it, then generate recommendation, then verify the result, then create the final output. That is called workflow. And increasingly, AI is becoming part of these workflows. Then comes one skill that I believe people are seriously underestimating, which is verification. Every AI system, every LLM, at the bottom of the screen, it says AI can make mistake, but we overlook it. So AI can generate something that sounds extremely confident and still be completely wrong. So the professional skill is not simply can I generate an answer? The professional skill is can I judge whether the answer is correct? Can you verify the source? Can you identify whether AI is hallucinating or not? Can you challenge the assumptions? Can you test the output? And of course, can you improve it? That human judgment becomes even more important as AI becomes more powerful. That's why I am always saying AI is not replacing human. Rather, AI skilled resources who are capable of doing all these things I have said just now or they are replacing someone who is not skilled in these areas. And finally, we are entering the world of AI agents. Instead of simply saying, answer my question, we can increasingly tell AI complete this task. It may need to perform several steps, use different tools, analyze information, make decisions, and then produce final results. This is the completely different level of AI usage. Let me show you with a real world example. Imagine a college student is preparing for placement interview. The simplest approach would be to ask AI, help me to prepare for a job interview. AI will give some advice for sure. Useful? We don't know. Maybe, may not be. But probably very, very generic. Now let us improve the prompt. The student uploads a resume, provides a target job description, and says, compare my resume with this job, identify my skill gaps, generate probable interview question, and give me a 30 days preparation plan. Now we have for sure a much better outcome. But let's go one step further. Imagine an AI system that can analyze the student's resume, compare multiple JDs or job descriptions, identify recurring skill gaps, create a personalized learning plan, conduct mock interview, evaluate students' answer, track improvement, and recommend what to practice next. Now tell me, is that simple prompt engineering? No. Prompting is still part of it, for sure, but now we also have a context, data, tools, workflow, evaluation, and probably an AI agent. This is the evolution is happening right now. So here is my conclusion. Please do not make either of these two mistakes. First mistake is saying prompt engineering is dead. Oh, so sad. RIP. It is not. The second mistake is believing if I learn prompt engineering, I am fully AI ready. I am the Superman. I can fly with AI. No, again, this is also not true anymore. The skill is evolving. We need to move from writing prompts to designing outcomes with AI. Think of it this way. Prompting tells AI what you want. Context help AI to understand your situation. Tools allow AI to work with real world. Workflows help AI to complete complex tasks. And verification ensures that the outcome can actually be trusted. So, the future is not prompt engineering versus something else. Future is prompt engineering plus context plus tools plus workflows plus human judgment. That is what I believe practical AI skill or AI skill ready means today. Now, I would love to know your option or other opinions. Do you think prompt engineering is still relevant? Or do you think AI has already moved beyond it? Write your thoughts in the comments. And in my next few videos, I am going to take this discussion one step further. We will talk about what AI skill you should actually learn, why learning dozens of AI tools may be the wrong strategy, and how AI agents are changing the way we work. So, subscribe if you want to learn AI, not just as a trend, but as a practical skill. And remember, prompt engineering is not dead, but prompting alone is no longer enough. With this, I will complete this session. I will come back again based on your opinion you have shared in the comments. And and the last thing I would like to add, if you are working or even if you are a student looking for a job, again, just learning prompt engineering will not help. That is, of course, the first and primary step, most primary step, but you need to go beyond that because the organizations are moving towards that area or that segment. All right. So that's all for now. Have a good day, good evening, or good night whenever you are watching it. And take care. Happy AIing once again. Bye. Thank you.